The Classic has a very long run to the turn and plenty of early speed, and should be a fairly run race. But this is an evenly matched field, so ground loss may still matter. Art Collector was running about the same as last year until he broke through with a new top last time. Mott's horses got to California a week earlier this year than in the past. Maybe that will help. But the older horses spot almost a point in weight to the 3-year-olds. So even if you can pair up that top, it probably won't do much good. By now, we should have a good idea of how the Brad Cox and Godolphin horses are running. And that obviously is a major factor in this race. Essential Quality has a great pattern, strong numbers, and is fresh. If this race was in Kentucky, he would be likely to run a new top. And he may do it here as well. This colt has a history of wide trips, and he can't afford to do that here. But the good news is it isn't a big field. Express Train is locally based, but has never run fast enough to contend with these, and there's no indication a new top is coming. Hot Rod Charlie is another 3-year-old with excellent figures and an excellent pattern. He's also locally based, and so almost sure to run well, maybe a new top. Getting away from his elders, this one is a very strong contender. Nick's Go improved dramatically when Cox got hold of him last fall. He has cranked out a lot of figures since then that are good enough to win this, but there are some negatives. He's been in training a long time. Shipping east to west, and he's going further now than he ever has. How he handled this one will depend on how the other Cox horses have run. Honor Co's runners, on average, improve 8 points from 2 to 4 years old, and that's pretty much what Max Player has done. Asmussen has spaced his races, and he's moved gradually forward, and with 2 months' rest, we don't see why he wouldn't run well again, and maybe even run a new top. The third member of the strong 3-year-old crop is the controversial Medina Spirit, who on his best is about the same as Hot Rod Charlie in Essential Quality. But he's only run that fast once last time, and it was almost a 3-point new top. 3-year-olds do pair up tops, and it's Baffert with the 3-year-old. But this one is much less likely to run a new top than the others and could bounce. Tripoli ran much better than it looked last time when he was 4 wide on both turns. This is the rare kitten's joy that is better on dirt, and in this case, much better. This guy is a little too slow going in, but he keeps going forward, and it's not impossible that he has another forward move left in him, and, of course, he's based in California. At this point, we have all the information we're going to get, and should have a good idea of which barns are getting their runners to fire. This is a strong and evenly matched edition of the Classic. There were only 2 horses in the field that did not run a negative number in their last start. We will not offer an opinion about the Cox horses because it will depend on how his others have run. We're on the fence about using Medina Spirit. That too will depend on earlier results. We absolutely will use Hot Rod Charlie, and also expect Max Player to run well, though he will have to work out a trip. Tripoli should run well for him, but we're much more inclined to use him if the Cox and Baffert horses are not firing.